Boom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go!
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to a stream that I wish I didn't have to do. But we have a situation where, it's no secret. Let me know how my audio is. For some strange reason, it sound good in my ears. I don't know what the issue, but hopefully when I hear me alright still. See me? So, yeah, man. The stream tonight is really and truly to kind of see if we can get in touch with a few Jamaicans, or as many Jamaicans as possible who are living in the state of Florida and are being impacted by Hurricane Milton, very serious hurricane. Selector boys and Milton just touched down. Not only that, Milton is serious, but Milton will also be affecting areas that were directly impacted by Hurricane Helene not so long ago. So cleaning up and recovery was still going on after the passage of Hurricane Helene. So, that rough bad. You see me? So yeah, that's the situation. Just to find out what is going on in areas where electricity is still up, where cell service or telephone service is still up. Big up to the people who say, they're good. Manners and respect. Jamaican Queen, we are getting rain here in Jacksonville. Praying for us all. Hope you and the family will be okay. Hey, teacher, I'm in Lakeland, Florida, and it's kind of crazy outside right now. Jaja, hope you and the family will ride out the storm, my bro. You understand? We're good. Palm Bay is crazy. I'm nervous sitting in bed. St. Clair, hope all will be okay after the passage of the system. Hope you and your family will be okay. I'm in Fort Myers, just wind and rain. Let me see, I can pull up. Hold on there. AccuWeather. Let me see, let me try them first. Zane? Yeah, so the system has made landfall, I suppose. Haven't been really. It is currently at. Let me get the most up-to-date information. Let's see if I can share this. It is currently a Category 2 system. Based on what I'm seeing here, normally when systems make landfall with large land areas, it was reported that all parts of Florida will. Yeah, based on the diameter of the system, Erica, all of Florida, I suppose, will get some. Because all right, so look at this. Let me see, can I share my screen? No, not this one. This one. Then, if you look at this, I do forget this now. Alright, soon fix up this. So just showing you. So when you look at this right here, so almost the entire state is receiving some effects. At least rainfall and heavy rainfall in some places. Probably a lot of places will experience tropical storm force winds or tropical storm force gusts based on the diameter of the system. Zane. Jano, blessings again, St. Clair, as I said, we hope you and the family will be able to, the greatest thing is that, let me try to get some up to the time, live weather data. Let me see if I can find a weather set. All right, so here, so this is St. Petersburg, Clearwater Airport in Florida. Let's see what the situation there is currently. Come back out of that. See? What me just do? Oh. Right, so they are experiencing wind gusts of 79 miles per hour, which is category 1 force hurricane strength. Atmospheric pressure is 983 millibars. You know, atmospheric pressure at sea level generally is 1013 millibars. So, I mean, that is not bad compared to the 890 something that it was yesterday. Yeah. So we are trying to get some as much underground info as possible. I soon tell you how we can do that. See? So for the people who still have, well, I mean, if you're in Florida and you're able to see the stream, I mean that things are holding up in terms of the infrastructure and technology. If you are able to call and want to share what the situation is on the ground, let me see if I can bring up the number. I'm gonna find that again. See, I think of the number here, number to call. Right. So for the people, I know, like me, I get a delay in my earphone and it's very annoying. No problem. Here in West Palm Beach, should pass north of us. Okay, but you're getting some effects though, Fabian. Rain and probably a little wind. When I beat hard out here. Check K. Blessings. Lemoore, Johnson, Miami about 25 miles per hour wind, but no rain all day. That's a blessing. Sizzler fan, I am so nervous for Tampa and those areas. Mighty Jaja. Yeah, let me go for weather center and so on. Right, so if you want to call, I forgot what part of my main screen if you get there. The call date, the call info. Weather channel. Hurricane Central. Less than an hour ago. Sending well wishes to everyone. Somewhat steady wind, about 100 miles per hour.
You know I'm feeling good. Growing older is inevitable.
I'm feeling all right. I know kind of feeling good business that, but I think nobody feel good right now. So about an hour ago, Milton was crossing Central Florida as a Category 2 hurricane, packing winds of 110 miles per hour as of 10 p.m. And it is tracking east-northeast at 16 miles per hour. 16 miles per hour is great as it relates to hurricanes. That means it's moving very quickly. You don't want a system moving slow. And when we say slow, we mean 10 to 13 miles per hour or even remaining stationary. But as a result of the size of the system and the amount of precipitation wrapped up in the system, you know, flash flood emergencies in effect for portions of Tampa Bay, including St. Petersburg, Tampa, Riverview, and Palmetto. So all of those places, flash flood emergencies in effect for Pasco, Hillsborough, and Polk counties. Hope I pronounce that right. Somebody said they were in Lakeland. Lakeland is also under flash flooding warnings. Winter Haven and Wesley, that's Chapel. 8 to 12 inches of rain has fallen in those places, and multiple tornadoes have been observed throughout the day. So if I know one thing is the next. See if I can. Right, so yeah. And flash flood warnings will be in effect until at least 2:30 a.m. It is Sarasota with winds of 125 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour is Category 2 or check something here, so. All right, so Category 1 is generally 74 to 95 miles per hour. Category 2 is 96 to 110. So 100 miles per hour would be a Category 2. I think Erica was the person who asked. So 100 miles per hour is Category 2. My friend, Orlando, Florida. So far, just rain and wind, nothing crazy. We're glad for you that in a bird, man. Hope you're and the family. All right. And if you have family in another part of the state, hope they will be doing better. All things considered, than others. Zane, yeah, she's okay, Erica. She's fine. Zane, I'm do my next check just as we said that. I am honestly scared. 150 something tornadoes so far. One happened pretty close by, like 20 minutes away. It took 15 houses down. Jaja. Just monitoring a lot of stuff one time, guys. So I'm there though. Yeah. Anne-Marie Allison, Jacksonville. Thing pretty calm on the northern side of Jacksonville. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah. Lady Michelle, that's the worst part of any hurricane. A night hurricane is really and truly awful. At least in the day you're able to assess based on observation. In the night you're kind of in the dark, so to speak. The tornadoes were a new thing for me. So you're in Florida as well, Moonlight. How are you? Good night. My name is Michelle Clark. I am praying for the best for. Amen, Sister Clark. I'm sure everybody appreciate that. It's still happening. Crazy wins. Chosen one. Where exactly are you? I'm Jaden Smith. Bro, good night. I must, bro, this best all day. No rain. We give thanks to that. Happy to hear that. You understand? Chosen. Oh, Tampa. Jaja. Were any of the tornadoes close to you, Moonlight? Hey, Lady Nadine, how are you? I am in Miramar, Florida. No rain, it's calm. So happy to hear that. No, Canada teach, but I have family there. Have you been able to be in touch with them, Moonlight? And also, are they in the direct part of the system or close to where the direct part is projected? Father Adrian, what go on? What you deal with? So you have Adrian Enriquez and Adrian Lynch. I am in Orlando, rain and some wind. Okay, it no sound so bad. The wind no sound so bad based on the tone of the message comment though, Adrian. So we're glad to hear that. Eva Green, how are you? Are you in Florida? If so, how are you holding up? Lady Karen, prayed for Florida and my family there. Lady Karen, have you been able to get in touch with any of your family members there? Anything? Yeah. Okay. There's somebody who is very close to the happenings, kind of on the phone. Good night. My son is southernmost, Key West. Lorene Higgins, good night. Have you been able to hear from your son since this evening tonight? They're about. And if so, is he okay? Yeah, guys. So if you want to, say something, the number is on the screen: 876-773. Mr. Wilson. Sound like you're asleep. So you sound safe and calm, man. Oh, yeah, they are work. How are things close by? Storm condition. Okay. The greatest thing is that the intensity of the system has checked still, so that's a blessing. I mean, it's still category 2, but it could be worse, isn't it? No, yeah. Normally from in landfall with large land masses tends to lose intensity. So, yeah, man, it has. But there's a check in. Can me a stream too. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. The storm made landfall in Bradenton. Hope I pronounce that right. That's It's right below me. Okay, chosen one. Have you been able to get in touch with anybody that you know there? Give the Most High thanks and praise, and no judgment will reach you. Father Milton, blessings. I have reached out to a few friends earlier this evening. One person in Tampa confirmed that they have experienced storm conditions. No damage to their property. Awesome. I'm glad for you that. Wind still a beat. Check here. Yeah. Welcome to teacher. All right, so I'm safe. So I'll go on the ground again. I'm saying I can find one next weather station. In the general Florida region. Oh, there's a weather station when it said I read error that I in a Tampa. It said Bradenton, hope I pronounce that correctly. Let me check the weather station here. Sarasota, okay. View dashboard. I can't show no one going on. They are currently experiencing very mild winds, 30 miles per hour with gusts of 43 miles per hour. Atmospheric pressure is still very low though. Relatively low at 963 hectopascal or millibars. Generally 1013 is the golden figure, so it's kind of far from that. So, it's a low pressure system, so that will happen. It has said 0.2 inches of rain in the last hour. It's not a lot of rain, so give thanks to that. Right, so I'm able to tap into weather stations around the world, really. After burial, I invested in my own weather station. So I can, if you sit down and wait for the Met office, I can give, you know what I mean? Let's go further in here. So what the yesterday? Things kind of calm down across, what you call that now? Western Florida. So the system is moving, I guess, central Florida into eastern Florida and thing. I sincerely hope that, there will be damage, considerable damage in some places, but I hope there is no reports of lives being lost. Some people, not only in Jamaica, but all in Florida, we get hurricanes on a regular. I really take these things as serious as they should. Sometimes, and some people gamble with them life, I suppose. So, hope everybody will be okay as best as possible. I'm not get no serious when reading, and a lot of them stations here still. I will give thanks to that. Yeah. All right. Oh, and then I don't really mind what station I give me them reading then. It's just that the network that I am on, I can tap into other people weather station. You can't tap into mine still because I don't really make mine public. You understand? But yeah. So I guess this is mine right here, so. No, I don't know. Right, so I them something there go on. My friend messaged me saying she got no electricity at present moment. That's probably understandable. It's interesting that not too in the distant past we experienced hurricane burial. Politicians in the US can no longer deny impacts of climate change. Some of them still will, brother. Some of them still will. Is the hurricane make landfall? Yes, Lady Allison, based on the info that I am having, apparently made landfall somewhere in the Sarasota area of West Florida. Winds might be 90 something right now outside. Okay, so the house a wall up door check. I'm glad for that. Let me just start streaming Andre Brown in a long time, about 9:15. Lady Ali, how are you? Good night, class. Hurricane Milton is on us. Pray for me while I keep you all in our prayers. I know Lady Ali is in direct path of the system, but she and her family, are all straight, and I hope that they are able to ride out the system and thing. I didn't really come here to talk much, and I come here hoping to hear some call from people in Florida to find out if them alright. Because you know if you can make call means that my fence gone, shingles flying everywhere as well. Well, I hope that I know when you spoke to me earlier today, you said that you guys did some reinforcement and Jamaicans speak battening down on the ground floor. Hopefully there's a basement there as well where you guys can seek some more shelter. Jana, I am so sorry to hear that though, Lady Ali. I know say you and the family are go, find a way. It may landfall at Siesta Key in Florida. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Lady Michelle Hamel, good night. How are you? Are you in Florida? Jaja. So, yeah. Auntie. Yeah, them things they are going in Florida. So I go on over here. So here is a. Can never get them sitting there right. No, I go on with them. Satellite imagery of what the system is currently doing. There's no defined eye anymore, but this area to the left of your screen that you see a lot of pink and white, that is the greatest area of low pressure and the intensity at the moment. There's another area to the east, but that is out in the Atlantic. But this is the main part of the core of the system at the moment and things. So yeah, category 2 at the moment. No, I am actually in Houston, but I'm listening to Fox Weather live on TV. Okay, Lady Michelle, if you have any family or friends in Florida, I hope they are doing okay. Yes, brother, they all stop a wall up. I'm glad for you that check, because the American, construction is not as sturdy as run a yard, run as a steel. You understand? So we're glad for you that. Who are the kids of the hurricane? Not only the hurricane is to worry about what are coming out of the floodwater. Chantal. Lady Chantal, how are you? Miramar, Florida, a lot of strong wind. Okay, Lady Chantal, but you and the family are all out though, and the house are all together. Glad for you that. If I can comment in on the stream, that means that things are so bad. I will give thanks to that. You understand? So, yeah, Lady Allison, but I suppose that is, secondary to the primary concerns at the moment. The primary concerns at the moment are, storm surges, flooding, roofs being blown off and these things. Yeah, but I know that is a concern as well. So, yeah. So, Lady Ali, I'm just going to hold it. I'll check on you again in a few. And thing. Jaja. And as I say, this reminds me of, Haiti has suffered back-to-back systems in the past. I remember one year, not so long ago, Puerto Rico, I think it was Irma and another system, I think, if memory serves me correctly, totally devastated Puerto Rico. So the Florida situation now with Helene not so long ago. And Beryl was there. Beryl mostly affected Texas, to be honest. But you had Helene recently. And now Milton in generally close proximity to where Helene really and truly did most of the damage. So, a lot of people are still trying to pick up the pieces and recover. A lot of utility workers left New York to go help out. Yeah, man, that's good. Orlando raining all day, but not as bad as yet. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Father John, and thing. So, we're glad to hear from the ones them where are checking in, because, it means that things are still not as bad as it could be. And I said, as I said earlier, the great thing about the system is that the forward motion is very quick, 16 miles per hour. That is very quick. You understand? So the system is not, lingering. The faster it comes and goes, the better it is. Always. Just that there's a lot of rain wrapped up in the core of the system and in the outer band. So there will be a lot of rain. And I suppose again, probably a lot of the soil and the ground in Florida is probably saturated from the rains dumped by Helene. So there will be a lot of flooding perhaps in some areas. So then, Lady Antoinette, how are you? And thing, haven't reached out, teach. They are not really close family members. Okay, I understand, Moonlight. No problem. Hope they'll be okay. And thing, and hopefully, at least we'll get some confirmation that they're okay after the passage of the system. And also, again, to put it into context, we are still in early October, so there is a month and a half and more of the season left, and things. So yeah, hope for the best. Hope Florida don't have any more adverse weather conditions to treat with before the year ends, cause rough. You understand? I mean, Antoinette, don't really remember, I am a teacher of geography, so this is just part and parcel of my comfort zone. So, you know the thing, I'm not even to get into the technical things, but I just want to know, so the yard is them in Florida, I go survive, and there will be no loss of lives, even if there is damage to property, I know most people in the United States, houses are insured. Global warming on full display. I mean, Beryl told you all they needed to have known about climate change and global warming. A lot of people still will a lot of people are still saying it's climate manipulation, and they talk about this and talk about that. Hurricanes have been occurring from time immemorial. It's just that the frequency and intensity has increased, and the frequency and intensity has increased as globalization and industrialization has increased. So there is a direct correlation there. So it goes to, it tells you that something is happening that is causing these systems to be more frequent, or major hurricanes more frequent and intense. And if you look at the data, you realize that the uptick started at a specific time in history in terms of regularity and intensity, and you match that with the Industrial Revolution and globalization, and you realize, the two things them kind of match up. And then you look at, the effects of industrialization, the buildup of greenhouse gases, and one thing leads to then global, so all of these things. So, I mean, and then, like, if I have been saying for the past probably decade or so that, Christmas in Jamaica is normally cool and nice, no matter which part in the parish you're in the country you're there, see? But then, that not again, so you realize now that the climate has changed a lot from when you were a child. And think about that on a small scale in Jamaica that is happening globally. So you're having global warming, Zane, and climate change, and this is the effect right in front of us. You understand? And thing. Also, as somebody said, Lady Monica, how are you? What is going to happen as we go further is that, so we know that the Atlantic hurricane season is June 1 to November 30. I have been, probably jokingly telling people close to me that there are going to be times to come where probably before we die, we are going to have hurricanes Christmas Day or New Year's Day one day, because the season is becoming blurred. We are having systems now, major hurricanes developing way earlier than before. We are having systems now developing way later than before. So the confines of the season are becoming blurred because of what is happening globally, what is happening in the Atlantic Basin and the Caribbean Basin and the Gulf of Mexico with ocean temperatures and the works. You understand? Fox News confirmed multiple deaths from a tornado that hit a community in St. Lucie County, Georgia. Boy. And that was since night, Michelle, or in the day, in the afternoon? Teach, I just got a message from my friend in Tampa. She says she's okay, but she's telling me that there are unconfirmed reports of communication in some parts of Tampa being done. And that is fairly understandable, Adrian. I mean, it was always going to happen. It's just how much disruption in communication is left to be seen. And when we say, well, in geography, when we talk about communication, we talk about routes that goods and people move. So generally, roadways and shipping lanes and airports. But when you talk about telecommunications, when you talk about, internet and other, form of infrastructure. So yeah, watch and see. But teach the strengthening of this hurricane to category 5 unless, rapid intensification, we call it. I mean, there was rapid intensification with Beryl as well. Beryl moved from a category 1 to a category to a category 5 in no time as well. You understand? It's just that at that time, Beryl was further out in the Atlantic. And, Milton got more coverage, I suppose, than Beryl because Milton was a direct threat to the United States from the beginning. So Beryl went through category 1 to 4 to 5 in no time as well. I think Milton would have done it faster, but Beryl was Milton is in terms of the rapid intensification kind of a replica of what happened with Milton. You understand? So it is going to become the norm. You understand? Crazy. Teach the increased hurricane activities also because we are in a land. Yeah, that is part of it as well. But the when we say we're not talking about just specifically, we're talking about over a period of time. You understand? As it relates to regularity and intensity. A few hurricane seasons ago, the alphabet, what you call it, the Alpha Arabic alphabet that we use, they had to move to the Greek alphabet. You understand? And there are about 3 to 4 storms in the Greek alphabet. So the amount of name systems are increasing. The regularity of major systems are increasing. Every time you have a hurricane, you hear new records being broken. You understand what I say? New records being broken. The fastest to move from category 1 to category 5. Category 5 system gusting X amount of miles per hour. Never happened before. Milton recorded probably the 3rd lowest barometric atmospheric air pressure in recorded history. 800 and something. Only Gilbert and another, can't tell you off the top of my head, has recorded lower barometric pressure. So every year these things. So while that is true, Adrian, on the larger scale of things, we're talking about regularity, intensity, and how the systems are behaving. You understand? So every time you hear a hurricane, something new, some new record, and it keeps happening over and over and over and over. So it tells us that we are heading down, pun intended, uncharted waters. You understand? And that is primarily due to climate change and global warming. Yeah? So it's just the nature of the beast, I suppose. Why I never bookmark that? Because I see the info, I saw the info last night, but never committed to my head, to my brain. But I saw a list of the lowest atmospheric pressure recorded for hurricanes, and Gilbert, and Gilbert would have been after Gilbert passed Jamaica, because based on damage, Gilbert is still the most just destructive hurricane to have affected Jamaica, but Gilbert affected Jamaica at category 3. You understand? It wasn't at its strongest then, but it became stronger after. 888. Michelle is saying. So Michelle have it in for the quicker than me. See? So Milton is not far off one of the strongest hurricanes in history. We were saying the same thing for Beryl the other day. We said the same thing for Matthew not so long ago in 2016. We said the same thing for Ivan. We said the same thing for Dean at some point. Irma, Wilma, Katrina, the Grace, Sandy, the list. Ian, the list goes on and 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 on. So every time there is a system now, it'll break some record that has been set before. So it not look good. You understand? And this is unfortunately what the future looks like. And I don't think it's going to get any better as it relates to these systems. Yeah. One thing what we need to ask, people live. Yeah, you know, I saw it, Adrian, when I saw it. I saw that clip where the meteorologist, well, he was a meteorologist, broke down because of how rapidly Milton was intensifying and how organized and tightly wrapped the core was and how defined the eye and the eye wall was. I mean, there's been a few eye wall replacement cycles. I think the last one kind of, you know what I mean, did Florida a favor and thing. Yeah. So, I mean, not to scare anybody, but it's just if you look at just the ones that you remember, the hurricanes that you can remember, not the ones where your mother and your grandfather tell about, but the ones that you can remember off the top of your head. Think about it. Each one, or one per season, outdo one, the strongest one the season before, and so on and so on and so on. Oh, so me have something right in front of me, you know. So, in terms of atmospheric pressure, and remember, hurricanes are a low pressure system. The lower the pressure becomes, the stronger the hurricane gets. Yeah? So, in terms of barometric pressure, Wilma at 882 millibars is the lowest on record. Gilbert at 888, as Michelle said earlier, is second. There's a labor there. I don't know what is the name of the system, or if the system was labor, or which year this happened. 892. Then you have Rita at 4, 895, and Milton at 897. So these systems are consistently becoming monsters. Yeah? And what we are seeing too is that when I was a boy, many times you only had one system or probably two in the Atlantic basin at any given time. I have seen where there have been 3-4 systems active in the basin in recent times. Check. I am looking out the window. How are things out? A couple of fences in the neighborhood just blow down. Jaja. Who up the houses? Damian Scott. Yeah. Rough. Zane. So the Caribbean, the entire Caribbean, really, because say Trinidad got piece of burial the other day, Zane, and the Gulf Coast, the Louisianas, the Floridas, and then you have the Carolinas involved in all of that, and Texas and all. I don't know. But it's rough. That's all I can say. I remember Hurricane Sandy in Nassau County. It was rough. I remember I was on the job. Came in the middle of the night. And that a rough thing in a Lady Monica, as we said before. It's a night hurricane. I prefer to deal with a strong hurricane in the day than a less strong hurricane at night. It's just dealing with hurricanes at night is a nightmare. So you're operating in the dark. If you have to evacuate, you're moving blindly most of the times. You understand? In the day now, you are better able to assess the situation and decide where is the best place to move. Doran was the worst in the Bahamas. I remember, cancer. Yeah. So, Jaja. No, it's just rough. And different leaders of various countries have treated the whole issue of climate change and global warming with scant regard. Some have even downright not only downplayed it, but deny its existence. And in check, I think for most people, that is the worst part of the hurricane, the sound that the winds make. I spoke to a few people in South St. Elizabeth, people who lost their roofs, And even though they lost their roofs, that wasn't the worst part of it. Imagine, and that area, some of those areas in South St. Elizabeth have been recorded as the windiest areas in Jamaica, generally speaking. So think about a Category 4 hurricane relatively close to the coastline, where you are probably being affected probably by the high wall. Think about the amount of wind, the sound that the wind. The first time I experienced, when Gilbert, I was a boy, I don't remember the wind, but I remember a few things coming out of Gilbert. Ivan was the first hurricane that, as I said, the wind was speaking. Caribbean expert, what go on, bro? And it was really and truly, not afraid enough, because I was a big boy. I think I was about late teens that time. I think. So that was my first experience actually hearing the wind during a hurricane per se. And some of the people in South St. Elizabeth said that was the most terrifying. Remember, it was in the night. It was dark. You're losing your roof. You're losing your windows. Trees falling down. All sort of things happening. But it was the wind that really and truly got to the psyche of a lot of those people in South St. Elizabeth. You understand? So that is the most terrifying part of it for a lot of people. You see me? Florida, you there, well, you couldn't just come off a road for Florida, you there. I mean, it's unruly child, you know, a joke me I make. But I'm assuming you're not in Florida. If you have family and friends in Florida, hope they're doing okay, all things considered. Ivan change your adventure spirit. Yeah, I that was my first real experience when I can recall everything leading up to, during, and after the hurricane. It was rough. You understand? I was home back then, as in St. Anne, and it wasn't pretty. You understand? So a lot of people really and truly are broken, not necessarily by even losing their road. It's just the wind. You understand? Imagine that constant howling in your ears for hours upon hours, especially if you have lost your roof and you are exposed to the elements, and it's rough. Oh, you're up on the rock, my G. Oh, cool, man. What you deal with? Same for me with Ivan. Terrible wind. It was rough, man. Rough, Lady Brenda. You understand? And thing. So, yeah. We are now moving into what I deemed are now mega storms. These are not just simply hurricanes anymore. We're having more Category 5 systems than ever before. I suppose probably the Saffir-Simpson scale need to be adjusted to accommodate a Category 6, because some of the gust and wind speed that are sustained after it breaks the Category 5 barrier is crazy. Another friend of mine in Miami just replied back to me and said that she's not getting a lot of rain, but they are getting some wind. Okay, about 90 miles per hour still. Yeah, that's a lot of wind. God be with those in Fort Myers. Yeah, hope they are going to be as few incidents of injury or deaths, unfortunately. Jaja. And as I said, SPTH, a friend Kamala got dialed to one after she called the Santimonious. Jaja. The scientists must know him, though. And the Kamala must know what she had to answer. You understand? The whole of them are big people. I am more concerned about the people on the ground in Florida than the politicians. Some of them need to blow in. Some of them need to go hold up plywood along the outer Sarasota and Tampa Bay. You understand? Because right now, politicians, them at home and abroad. Oh, Lord. You understand? Donald Trump can go hold up plywood out of Tampa too. You understand? Aye, sir. State big teach him. Now to see now whether around the Palm Beach area, just some on and off rain right now. Yeah, we're happy for that Max one, because you know what thing go. Unfortunately though, some people are not so lucky. And these things. I don't know. Just think about how much the Satan is behaving like a man-child. Politics drive so many people insane these days, Ali. I don't know. Home and abroad. You understand? Right around the world, as a matter of fact. Just think about the amount of money that Americans have spent to rebuild their lives in the past just decade. So think about, or I said decade and a half. Think about all the Irmas, the Wilmas, the Katrinas, all of them, trillions of dollars, and how many lives have been lost. Yeah, one question I want to ask. I'm feeling the win in NASA. Yeah, NASA would get some of the outer bands based on the diameter of the system. Okay, if you look at this right now, you're seeing what is happening with the outer bands, massive system. What if you ask, you see, you see, the people who live in the United States, is there a rule governing building? Because if you live in a tornado alley, so to speak, or you living along the Gulf coast, or areas that are frequently affected by a hurricane, why hasn't the building code or the approach to building not changed? Because, I don't know, plug steel, where I deal with? Yeah, man, me there, man. Frost out still them straight out of working out and all a shower and jump in a stream and check on the yards them in Florida. On the panhandle there. See? Has there not been any consideration to move over from this drywall, plywood? Why you don't have more houses in Florida built with block and cement and deck roof and then something? Blessings, teach. I'm a nurse in Orlando here at work right now. How is it going, Father Darren? And also, so if you're at work, how is the family doing? Hope them doing all right. Yeah, so I say, serious rain outside, Jaja. Hopefully, the system is moving very quickly. The forward motion, 16 miles per hour. That's a blessing. Believe it. So, we give thanks to that. But I guess the flooding and all of them other impacts, disruption in telecommunication and communication and them something there. So I don't even know, you understand? All about money, teach, brother, yeah? But plug it. But all right, teach, for sure, these insurance scammer companies will not issue flood insurance. Real chopper them. Just like the banking cartels in Jamaica. Jano. But I'm glad for you to the family good there and big up yourself and bless up yourself on the work, and hopefully when work done you can reach home to your family. You know what I mean? House can't be too heavy in Florida cause them have sinkholes to deal with. But you mean, interesting point that, Michelle. But you mean in all of Florida? Some areas in Florida, the geology and geography must be sturdy enough to treat with, yes, a lot of sinkholes. Okay. Why, I mean, I know. But even so, all right, so even so, your houses can be made out of board that are more durable than, me see some of my house then fall up like in a tornado and some hurricane. Because you have houses that are built out of board in Jamaica that survive hurricanes. You understand? So, politicians are a waste of time. Make sure you all get help you need. Those are not houses, those are matches. But why would you even know? Landfall. Yeah, we got that info, Lady Carol. I am hoping that the effects in Sarasota, I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it. I just go and watch. You understand? Look, America is a giant in terms of manufacturing and technology. How come the contractors and the experts and the engineers in America have not been able to develop structures that are better able to withstand hurricanes? I mean, serious weather here in Ireland. I have always wondered that. I never know the sinkhole aspect, to be honest. So thanks to Lady Michelle and Lady Brenda for that info. We're always learning and we don't know all things. You understand? But I'm just curious. there has to be, all right, for example, Japan is a country that is most affected by tsunamis in the world. See? And Japan's earthquake record is of such where it's just like a part of them daily life. And what they have done is they have invested a lot of time and resources in creating structures that are able to withstand a lot of earthquakes. So how is it then that the mighty Uncle Sam, many places in Florida build solid teach? Okay, Joseph. Okay, it boils down to the building code, and it's why some houses withstand hurricane and others don't. Check the US and Canada versus Jamaica, for example. In regards to building code, these houses are built to their code. In regards to sinkholes, the soil is tested for sinkholes before construction. Downstairs block. Okay, Lady Ali. Awesome. I appreciate the info. So why the whole... So... Oh, why I don't know. But I am just thinking, probably me I think too much, I don't know, that Florida can build some stronger structures in general, seeing that the possibility is that between June 1 and November 30 every year, Florida can treat at least 2 to 3 major hurricanes. And have in the past. You understand? Checking from Kissimmee, Florida. How are things on that side, Father Christopher Satchel? Many places in Florida. So Joseph, the places that were built solid, those areas are on more sturdy ground then. As in, they're no sinkhole issues, no, they are them the place then. So all right. So Florida one. So warm to the tornado alley states them and place them. Why? Because so I know depends on this the size and the strength of the tornado. Even concrete structures would be in peril, in danger. But I suppose more houses would be, if houses in some of these places are built like houses in Jamaica, black steel and deck roof. The destruction in these areas that are affected by tornadoes regular wouldn't be so bad. That is just my take, my view. You understand? So how is it we still say, because I watch HGTV a lot. Well, when I watch TV, I don't watch TV a lot, but when I watch TV, I watch HGTV most of the time. See? And I see a lot of construction taking place. And boy, I don't even know. Musical Nas, bless it, brother. Nas, where are the idiot? Big up yourself, you know. A Florida there, brother. Carl Allen Landfill teach. And I'm really bored, you know, about hardwood mahogany built those houses. That's why they are so strong. Most houses in Malibu, rich people places, are made of wood. Okay. Yeah, but Malibu, not California, Malibu there. England are small, but them brick house strong. These houses are brick building and hold strong for 60 years. Yeah, man. But just I think out loud, especially with the hurricane belt and the tornado alley, so to speak. Those states that are here in the breeze. Yeah, man, Coconut Creek. Okay, and the family all right, don't us? I mean, from your check-in, you're all right enough. You understand? Milton was 893.2 air pressure. I never said that. The reading that I saw was 897. Okay, so I guess it's a cool shit. Big up yourself. I guess it's a new info. True, most places is not black and steel. But I am just thinking that would probably make more sense to me still. You understand? And thing. So, I don't know. I say the buildings, so Ali made a point that the buildings are built to code. I have no doubt because based on what I watch on HGTV, you have to build to code. So I get that, I understand that. But I'm saying no, why is it that the building apparatus code in general is not more rigid? Why the approach to building, let me say that then still. Some of these houses in Florida, you can use a spanner, Phillips and Allen key to put them down. Set up these houses. Yeah, what everything could. Just don't play a little street fighter with the free. Alright, nothing wrong with that, my father. Yeah, that's that. Jaja, Caribbean expert. Why I mean, I'm just thinking that with the level of expertise in engineering and construction and the science that is, spread across the United States, there can be stronger structure built in Florida, even negating the sinkhole situation. Even if the buildings are going to be built with board, I have been watching a lot of cabin builds, people in Alaska and people in Canada, people living off the grid. I like that. You know, I am being a geographer and environmental specialist. I am starting to appreciate that a lot more. As a matter of fact, I wish me did able to like build some of them log cabins there in Jamaica. But there's a next story for you next time. See? And how they build some of these log cabins, not even a category 5 hurricane can really shake them, to be honest with you. So I am just saying, because of some old tree the man them I use as the sidings and how they interlock them and how they tie them together and all of these things. I don't know. I don't know. Teacher, satellite imagery of Hurricane Milton seems to be having recently gone through some kind of... I think there was an eye wall replacement cycle on approach. And that, because with the eye wall replacement cycle, there are two things. One, during the eye wall replacement cycle, the system will lose intensity somewhat. But what can happen after the eye wall replacement cycle is rapid intensification. The issue is that, well, not the issue, the blessing is that there was not enough space and time between that eye wall replacement cycle and landfall. So that's a blessing. You understand? Looking also like there may be some eye wall replacement cycle taking place as the system move over eastern Florida out into the Atlantic as well. So let's see what's happening. Because if you look, you're realizing that there's another area of low pressure building up in front of the main core of the system as well. So yeah. Some of them know, teacher thinking too much into the house engineering thing. Maybe they adapt the same approach to how we build roads. But good road, they are not carrying expert. Brother, and every road about it not good enough. You have good roads that build about it. Depends on who build them. You understand what I say? So, me get what you say still. But, probably yeah, brother. So you say, I just a continue money making venture then. So the contractors, them subpar work for the road. So, as they dig up, then can patch it back and then sit there. So that with the whole thing. I don't know, yeah. Grinds, man, what you do with broski? A Florida, the grinds? Well, I don't know, I have grinds as a New York, man, you know. The failures within the builders, they hire cheap labor and use cheap material. Boy, how they want things so? They don't build for... But Lady Monica, you live in a bad weather state. Alright, so me personally, no. Zane, I still want to build my dream house. And there are certain considerations that I have to think about. One, I know that there are a lot of fault lines that goes across Jamaica. Zane? So if me go buy land somewhere, the first thing me go do, I try to get all of the information on the fault systems and where they are. So me not buy no land on the fault line. Zane? Alright. Secondly, if me buy land, me need the flood records for that area for at least 100 years back. Has this area been flooded before? Zane, what is the situation like during intense rainfall? Because me work too hard to take my money. It's like me I work my money with spoon and I take shovel and I dash away. Me not have time for that. Secondly, I will never build my house close to the coast for no reason at all. You understand? After I'm a fisherman. When me first thing I am a geographer, you know, and I am very versed on the workings of the ocean and coastal features and all sort of things. I don't even like the smell of the sea, much as we get up every morning and I smell sea breath sitting up my nose. Me not depend on something there. You understand? I want to look at sea breeze, my guys see and go back on my yard. Zine, next thing, what is the slope failure like in this area? Has there been any issue of land slippages and landslides? All of them something me I take into consideration if me I go build a little cottage in the grill. You understand what I say? Because I understand say your investment, your life savings can disappear in no time. Zine? But people, me like the views, and me go buy the no consideration about any form of geographical history, meteorological, climatic history, ideological history. None of that. Father Wilburn, how you doing? But there you know, just go on all advice with the peeps them out of Florida. You know what I mean? I try to keep some people company. There are people here who are in the direct path of the system, are close to the part of the system inside the stream now. So we kind of, you know what I mean? But that won't forget a few calls. See? I'm cussing a little bit too. You see, after burial, I will put things in a one. After burial, you see, the phone I use during burial, so I plug in the phone in my audio interface so it can charge simultaneously while I use it. After burial, you know, I say, all right, if anything go on again, I want to make sure so I can charge the phone wirelessly when I use it take call. I buy a phone, say I have to buy take call. I come on board 3 times since, say, if you don't want call me and talk to me, no call me. Nobody no call the phone from me buy it, you know. All right. But I want to come and tell me about a lot of dumb plan in Florida, bro. Okay. But even so, Joseph, as me I say, the technologies of, for example, one of the things that I see in Jamaica as well, especially the leg of the toll road, the Portmore leg of the toll road, Zine, between the wharf and the toll booth. I have seen them since they created the toll road, dig up sections of the toll road, especially in the areas that mangrove swamp was before, where them cut the road through, and they use foam to lay the foundation for the road because of the hydrology and geology of the area. So technology is being developed, and I've not seen anything happen to that stretch of road since then. And I use that stretch of road very regular. Zine, I saw him with my own eyes them dig up back the road and lay large foam blocks because of what the hydrology and geology of that area is. So I'm saying, I don't say if you build a house out of foam, I'm just saying technology is evolving at a rate where creative ways are being found and utilized to solve problems. And I am thinking, even if there is reclaimed land and there are sinkholes in Florida, even if you're not going to build the buildings out of concrete, block, and cement with deck roof, I am of the view that you can build with wood to a level where at least a category 2-3 system you can ride out. That is just my view. I mean, I think that's impossible. You understand? Because I see some man build some cabin, some log cabin, you can survive category 4 or 5 hurricanes based on how they are built. You understand? So that must can be refined for places like Florida and Louisiana and Texas and the Carolinas and them places that were treated with, you know, a lot of hurricanes. That me I say, Ivan was a beast. I will never forget that night. Need a cool shit. In the warm, I say it's like Florida. They truly need to look at Jamaican building codes and use concrete. But well, I guess I'm going to do a research on the geology of and geography of Florida. Like, I'm curious, you know. Like, the more me I talk about it, the more curious me get. Kevin Walters, me there and a family. I am sitting in the middle of the hurricane in Tampa, Florida. How is the house holding up, bro? And how you and the family doing? Only toll roads good. All of the roads are in poor state. I wouldn't say all of the roads, bro, to be honest with you, because there are many stretches of road, especially the North Coast corridor. Generally, large parts of that corridor are in very good condition. You understand? If you think about, say, from Orchard to Port Maria, you understand? Extremely good condition. If you think about, say, like from Anata Bay to Port Antonio, very good condition, mostly. So they have corridors that are in good conditions, man. And I'm sure other places as well. You understand? going from, say, Ochi to Mobile, many areas of that corridor is in excellent condition. So, to say most roads, me don't agree. A lot of the interior roads, the parish council roads, a lot of those roads are in terrible condition. Sure, of course. But we have many good corridors in the country, man. We need more. I'll agree with you on that. So, yeah. All right, which are we there now? I can't understand some of the tornado alley don't have tornado shelter built in their house. That is the next. Well, I don't know. America is so. What's the word I look for? It's so industrialized and so advanced in so many regards. Like, America still have arguably the most potent military on the planet. China is giving them a good run for their money now, and I suppose they will modernize and try to keep pace. See? They do so many things well as it relates to engineering in terms of building bridges and all of these things and subterranean complex and all of them something there. See, think about America has probably the most deadly submarine fleet in the world. Think about the amount of technology that you have to put into build. America have the best fighters in the fighter jets on the planet. You understand what I say? So just think about the amount of technology that America has at their disposal, the amount of engineering capabilities. How come every time one tornado blow, every house fall up like juicy patty bag? Zane, every time you have a hurricane, the house them fall up like a tasty patty bag. More can be done to treat with how robust these buildings are constructed. So, me no know. That's all me I say still, because this has been happening for centuries. This is not new. And every year people have to rebuild when the structures can be more robust, even if you make it out of wood. Some of the strongest houses, you have houses that have lasted 200 years made out of wood. Economics, boy. So what? It got more expensive music, NAS. I mean, I say NAS, right? But then, if you have to rebuild every year, I still economics, I don't know. It's just like, you buy something and you buy it one time for good quality. You know, say you buy your shoes. Zane, you buy your good shoes, which can last for a while, versus you have to buy 3 pair of shoes at the same time. I don't know. As you know, military industrial complex. Like, America is too advanced and have too many bright people to be struggling with the tornado house business and the hurricane house business. That's how I'm meeting. Yeah, as for example, when you look at I did a video after burial in South St. Elizabeth where almost all the roofs down there were blown off. And there was something that stood out to me. All the roofs that were blown off, them just have lat and zinc. There were a number of houses where, so even if the zinc lifted, the roof don't blow away because those people had their roofs sealed with ply. So it is very difficult for the wind to get under that ply and lift it off. Versus if your zinc tail lift, the whole of your zinc roof gone. So there are ways to treat with these things where if you have a build one roof and is zinc or what, if it's not concrete, you need to seal your roof before you lay down the final layer, whether dechromastic, whether shingle, whether tile, whether membrane. So you're giving your roof a fighting chance. So there are ways of doing things. Because some here say, I saw houses where, so the metal cladding was blown off, but the roof itself was intact and probably not even really whole heap of water probably going because of how well those roofs were sealed. So, I don't know. And the death toll is striking to teach in the US when these systems pass compared to struggle in Jamaica. Yeah, because, truth be told, most houses in Jamaica make up of black in a most deck, you know. But, trust me, if hurricane now go blow it down, there might be flooding because, it's kind of hard to control that. And more people in Jamaica, a slab roof, it is more expensive up front, I guess. But then in the long term, It is better. And even if you have to build a roof with metal cladding, we say zinc. Zinc, you have different things, you know. All you need to do is to properly seal the roof before you clad it. And it will survive strong hurricanes. A simple matter that, and make sure your roof is tied to the structure. That's the next thing what some of the man them now do. Use steel and tie the framing of the roof to the structure. Also, the man them use nail as fast as zinc. Zinc screw, it harder for the screw. Pull them, it things them not. I don't think it things them so hard, yeah, sir. I mean, as somebody say economics, as Nas say economics, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know. But some of the things them simple. And a lot of people, especially in South St. Elizabeth, because them have the money too, because South St. Elizabeth, a lot of those people do well from agriculture, zine, and think very nice houses. So if a little bit more money was spent, or a little bit more time to finish the house was spent, a lot of those houses, the roofs would have survived. Because there's evidence here to show that the houses that are sealed with ply before you clad it with the zinc survived. You understand? So, I don't know, and not only concrete houses in South St. Elizabeth, but houses that are made of because these houses are very robust, and the carpenters and construction men did excellent jobs. It can be done in Florida, I think, easily too, if the will is there. I can't understand how Florida would have had so many different governors, and none of them, they never dawned upon them, so we need to do something to improve our structures. So fine, some areas may not be able to take the weight of a fully fledged concrete, block and steel and deck roof structure. But I assure you, based on the little knowledge I may have of construction, is that some of these houses can make to withstand some more impact from inevitable tropical storms and hurricanes that will affect Florida. I don't know if there has ever been a hurricane system where Florida hasn't been adversely affected by at least one system. I doubt there is one of that in history because of how the systems, the natural path that these systems take, and that curve that they take in the Atlantic Ocean or in the Northern Caribbean is just a thing. Florida will always have hurricane or tropical storm impact. I am no meteorological expert or climatologist, and it's obvious. So then, how many more? We're not talking about storm surge and flooding now, because you can't, if the hurricane is strong enough, Zane, and it makes a direct impact at certain intensity, you can't stop the storm surge. I mean, if you have levees, but then some of the levees may break too. So just like in Louisiana and Katrina. Zane, so you can develop things to try and combat the storm surges to a level and make sure so your drains and gullies are clean. I don't know if them call them gullies in Florida. Probably it's too first world for that. But you know what I say? So the waterways are clean, so floodwaters have parts to travel along and them something there. But as it relates to the structures themselves, the ones that are not too close to the coast, you understand, that continue to fold up like paper. So they are safe from storm surge, Zane, and they may not be in flood prone areas, but them still crumble because something, I don't know. Maybe they need a Jamaican governor of Florida. A Jamaican born governor. I don't know. Them ever have that? Florida's ever have that? They probably need one of that. A man where used to be a construction man out here. Carpenter and everything. You understand? We don't know. There are storm drains. Yeah, all right. True that. Paper plate, big up yourself. So the storm drains. You understand? Yeah. So, we don't know. Iraq, where are you with G? Big up yourself and hope all is well. Yeah. Are you there, or are you there, Florida? Are you a family of Florida? Which one? Them all right? And things. So, it just makes sense to me. You understand? That up to this point in time, some thought would have been put into not only Florida, sir. When you look at the little boards they use in building some of these houses. Boy, Lady Merlin, boy, I mean, as I say when I watch, Alright, so one of the things that annoy me a lot as it relates to construction is drywall. Like, I don't know who come up with the idea there, but he shouldn't come up with it. Yeah, first thing, drywall, no matter how you insulate it and seal it off, you still got here nice from over the next room. So I love that. Imagine you have all the youth them in their house and they are the big people things and things. Youth, they're not safe. Because they are hear things. Drywall, it's hard for soundproof, if you ask me. If one look up pipe bust in a house, boy, I mean, even know yeah, man, it definitely economic stimulus teach them. A large amount of revenue will be injected into the economy by way of insurance coverage that will say. Yeah, but then you're still insured your house where you make proper. I don't like house I gotta stop insure. It's just that insurance company will have to pay out less now. Boy, I mean, drywall, brother, boy, I mean, I know, sir. I don't know if I eat nothing. Only thing I probably eat more than drywall at this time in my life, a red floor. Probably through my glow up on red floor and me have some bad memories. You understand what I'm saying? But drywall not for use, man. See? I know some people do them drywall well, you know, them mesh it and then them dress it and render it and it nice. But boy, I mean, I know yeah, sir. Me not think the house that fit there in a place where you are going to get one hurricane or one tropical storm every year. Florida, you know, I don't know if you did some money in here younger than me, you know. But when I was growing up, there was a cartoon named Jason the Wheel Warriors. The villain in that cartoon is called Sawboss. His catchphrase is that you cannot escape. Florida cannot escape a hurricane or a tropical storm each season. So then, what? I don't know. And then the yard man them. So let me talk to yard man them because the Florida native them look like them. They're not serious about the house thing. So yard man them will come from both yes and grew up in a house so strong. When you not build a house, well, I guess a lot of people buy them house. See? And then I remember when I said the first thing to ask, boy. But I don't even know when you said they use drywall, they decorated with brick on the outside. But I mean, I know about that. Build the house out of brick, Lady Michelle, and be done with it, yes, sir. Double drywall might hold up. Boy, from a drywall, me not just saying a Joseph. Me I tell you the truth, what God love. You understand? Me don't know about that. me the drywall thing, oh, you mean the sound from next door with the drywall moonlight? I wonder if that moonlight sound did that go over our next place or sound did that come from over our next place, because moonlight place. I don't know, you know. But why we don't know about that? You understand? Worse, if you're well, I don't know. Lord, water coming in my ground floor. Jaja. I don't know if Ali's. Oh yeah. This is getting worse. Water is coming in on my ground floor. It seems it's coming from the foundation. Can't trust these builders. Are you able to move a little bit higher than where you are now, Lady Ali? Jaja. That not sound safe neither. And thing. I guess I know your husband at home still, so we figure out a way to make sure so I stay safe. Trying to study and sleep, people beside me doing all sort of things. Boy, Lady Moonlight, especially, I mean, as I say, as a family, you have kids in the house, and some ladies are very loud. Unreasonably so sometimes. Like, I don't know what to do them. You understand? Imagine you them I try sleep and can't sleep. You could have to schedule that time there when they're not there home. Because, but I don't even know. Yeah. I'm sure he will figure out things to ensure that you guys remain as safe as can be in this time. I just keep an eye on the water, because rising water is always a dangerous thing, you know, my friend. So just go and watch and see what is what and try as best as possible to find some elevation within the house if possible. Jano. And then you want to sound like now, Ali, that the repair bill based on water damage and all of them something, you know, I don't know. I don't love it, Florida house business still. I tell you the truth. and thing. Yeah, drywall things that away family. Father Julian, what you deal with? So now come over my side. Alright, Moonlight, yeah, here still. You understand? Jaja. Drywall can never hold up, bro. It wasn't designed for that. But that means a paper plate. Funny name you have, as we are talking about drywall, because drywall come like a paper plate. So why is it that they continue to construct houses in these hurricane states and tornado states? I am sure a lot of houses in Jamaica would survive many tornadoes in the United States that fall up some house and kill some other people. Most things, you probably some window will blow out and sitting fly to your window and then sitting there. I guess they would build the houses properly and have, I guess the hurricane shutters can become tornado shutters, I suppose. To an extent, they would be able to, I don't know. Why that our next thing to Lady Monica, but then again, buying a house in for is like, I say, you want to buy a house in Jamaica. I mean, it's just what we have to live with in terms of, where we are geographically. Some places have hurricanes, some places are tsunami prone, some places are tornado prone, some places are every avalanche prone and blizzard and all of them. Something that is just part and parcel of our well, in Jamaica here, it's earthquakes and hurricanes and tsunamis. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with volcanoes and tornadoes. We have had a few freaks, stormish, tornado type things, especially out west in the past. But generally speaking, so it's just part and parcel of what we have to do. But it's just that I think some more thought and effort can go into the construction situation in Florida. That's me, I say. Tornado kind of different teach, because I see news report where tornado lift asphalt off the road and knock down concrete. But yeah, as I said before, based on the tornado, the strength of the tornado, there may be some issue for even concrete houses. But I'm sure more houses would survive some of these tornadoes, if you get what I say. So it depends on the intensity and the Fujita scale, I suppose. Then some tornadoes would not create as much havoc and damage if these structures were more sturdy. Whilst just like a Category 5 hurricane, like probably no matter how strong the building is, it will find some weakness in it. So an extreme tornado will find, weakness in the strongest of structure, same way. But how often are these super tornadoes or super hurricanes? You understand? So Milton struck Florida as a Category 3, Category 2 system. Generally speaking, that is general pattern. You will have a situation where every now and then you will get a direct impact from a Category 4 or in some cases 5. But I don't know. Where I did, family? It's cheap to move around, bro. US is designing economics, not logics for the most part. Everything is easy to assemble and clear out. Why? So what happened to the life aspect of the thing, though, paper plate? That part not come in there at no point in time. The amount of lives, probably we need to do a rough check. Do some research and get a rough check of the amount of lives that have been lost directly to hurricanes and tornadoes in the United States in the past decade. I am sure that number would probably be in the thousands. So when will the loss of life be taken into account? Because in many of these cases, a lot of productive members of the society are lost in these weather conditions. Cocoa Beach is mash up. You there near to this, Joseph? So I get what you see in a paper plate. I understand. But then, why? I don't know. And Florida is a very populated state. It's a very popular state for settling. The beaches are nice, but the beaches come with them own issues during these hurricanes, I suppose, with storm surges and things. I don't know, probably I think about it too much to you, as somebody, as Caribbean expert say, because him said the house business is like building roads in Jamaica, so I don't know. But I just think, even with wood, I mean, I talk compressed board, I talk solid cedar, mahogany, oak, whatever type of wood is available, yeah, teak, whatever it is, can be used to make solid structures that will withstand very strong adverse weather conditions. No. So, boy, I don't know answer. Yeah, but so that a central government do NAS. What about the state government? What about the governor of these states? All of these states have governors. So what central government and a lot of these states really and truly rule themselves? Well, all of them, I suppose. So what about the leadership on the ground? So yes, central government may have ideas generally for the country, but a lot of states govern themselves. Baggers. Yeah, that compressed board. Boy, I mean, even American furniture, like everything aboard of water catch you swell up. I don't know about that. I may say it's strange to me, answer. No, but it's not just Florida. NAS, we're talking about all of the Gulf Coast states. We're talking about all the states that are in the hurricane belt. The tornado alley states. So it's not just DeSantis, it's all of the governors who govern. I mean, just now we're talking about in the past, because these things have been happening for decades, if not centuries. You understand, in terms of being devastated by adverse weather events. And you know. May I rest my bigger there now. As I say, I hope that every single Jamaican will come out of this with their lives intact. I mean, just like Ali is saying now, her house is experiencing some form of water issue from the system. She said that some of her shingles were blowing off earlier, so not sure as to externally what the house is like. So I know there will be damage to infrastructure and property. But I hope, and not just Jamaicans, but as many Floridians as is possible under the situation. A category 2 system hitting anywhere, chances are there will be loss of lives. We just hope that the number will be as minimal as possible, because some people joke out the thing and take some risk where they never need to take and stay in some place where them hear enough to stay, because the storm surge potential and them something. I don't know what is people's fascination with living along the coast. I can't understand that. Right now, me live too near to EC. Because maybe a storm surge wouldn't necessarily, maybe, because the area is relatively flat too. But a tsunami, me not see it for me then either. I mean, I love that. You understand? So I guess because of my geography background, I am cognizant of these things. So, boy, I mean, I know still. Yeah, but it's not even just climate change in the people. So forget about climate change. You know, growing up in Florida, not you, I mean, I talk about the governor and the people them. Growing up in Florida, you would have experienced multiple hurricanes. So forget about climate change. This now, we're not talking about that part there, global warming. We are talking about the fact that Florida almost inevitably is affected by a tropical storm or a hurricane every single year, if not more than one or two. See, Elaine, Milton, and the season will finish. See? And I'm sure they would have experienced some effect of earlier systems in the season as well. Probably nothing severe. But, so forget about global warming, forget about climate change. You know, the record is there to tell you that between June 1 and November 30 every year, we experience at least one of these systems. And we keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Then me not get that. It's madness that. You understand? So, me get why I say still, but I guess I just how me see it. If I was to become governor of Florida, the building situation would have to be looked into. Significantly so too. And it wouldn't be an option thing. It would be a law thing. Because how many people are got dead in my state every year? So I not depend that. So I can't go so much funeral. Depend that. Teach all the authorities, whether they be government, disaster relief utilities, not to mention insurance companies, are all lacking in the care of the people. You mean in the great America, the land of the free and the home of the slave, I mean brave? Uncle Sam? I'm just kidding. I know say a whole heap of things not go on well. Father Delra, what you did, fam? Lady Monica, I live in the St. Catherine area. Too close to the sea. Yeah, Lady Brenda, I am very curious. And anytime my curiosity is awoken, I normally go dig. So I want to know exactly what is the whole back in Florida, seeing where they are located geographically, them can't escape hurricanes. I don't know. Teach, they would call you teach the Santa Monica. Karen expert is still there. You understand? But look here, you as a leader, you have to make some tough decisions, You understand? And some decisions, whilst it's a democratic country, some decisions you have to take away the choice out of it. Some things should be mandatory. You understand what I say? So, as it relates to the protection of life and property, as a governor, that should be, very high on your list. Yes, we want to ensure that all the infrastructure is in place, whether it is communication or telecommunications, seeing schooling, healthcare, all of these things. I understand that, and that has to be done too. But as it relates to, say, this is a recurring thing. You understand? Teach, make we see him. Them shoes can back when Milton, no, I'm not sure about that. Expert says. See? It's a recurring decimal. You know try fix it. Create Tony, right? I hope I pronounce that correctly. Tony, I'm not sure. You understand? But blessings, lady, right? How are you? Are you in Florida? You and I get it. That 1 year storm is into their models and financial. Okay, well, again, there's that to paper plate. Makes sense. Me get that too, Me get that too. Yeah, sell it townhouse, Lady Monica. Give me go and stay over there. Townhouse in a Portmore, so that would then be probably Caribbean Estate or what the next community the name before Caribbean Estate. Where I be a townhouse there, so. Which part else over Portmore, that townhouse there? I know townhouses, some nice townhouses are in Caribbean Estate. See? Townhouse there in a new scheme them. I go Phoenix phase 1 and 2. I never seen a townhouse over there, so. I can't remember the community before. That it's right across from Price Mart now. So right before you go into Caribbean Estate. So what community the name again? So I don't remember my name. And thing. So if remember run off a townhouse here, Lady Monica, man. You understand? Homeowners insurance is so expensive. A lot of homes that are paid off as no insurance. Well, I hope a lot of these ones in Florida have insurance, Julian, because Marine. It's not Marine. You have a next name, man. I mean, right across from the BPO now, The BPOs, See? Probably here. Oh, your house is in Marine Park. Okay. And thing. I try to remember the name of my place, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm just curious still as it relates to Florida situation. Yeah, so. But as I said, it's very unlikely that a Category 2 system will hit somewhere like Florida based on the geography, based on the types of buildings, based on how populated the state is, based on the impact of storm surge, based on the fact that the coastline is very flat in most areas, then there will be loss of lives, unfortunately. We just hope that the numbers are not great, and we're hearing people have lost their lives already due to tornadoes that are directly linked to the approach of Milton. So there's that again. I am sure that a lot of places will experience flooding, are now experience flooding, have experienced flooding. So, yeah, I sincerely hope though that no Jamaicans will be, reported as casualties, fatalities. Then, I suppose, as paper plates say, the general chain of thought in Florida is that, well, we rebuild. My daughter lives in Florida. You understand? Erica I guess she remembers what she lives in, but they're okay. They live in concrete structure, not they, based on where they live, still them would have concrete roofing, but I don't think the entire complex has concrete roofing, and they're not in a flood prone. Well, I'm not saying they. I mean, my daughter and their mother, they are not in a flood prone area, and they were not in the direct path of the system. So, I am happy about that. So yeah. Florida Jay there? Okay. I do me check in. So yeah, Miami is literally a sinking city, and they are very reactive in what needs to be done. A lot of those skyscrapers are going under. Well, I don't know. I just hope for the best. For the people who are in Florida, the people on the west coast of Florida would have experienced a lot of the worst that is looking at the radar lobe, I guess the core of the system is still affecting areas in west central Florida, I suppose. So I guess that would still be in the Tampa, Sarasota area as well. So lots of wind and rain, but thank God it has weakened. Yeah, really, really and truly happy about. I guess you're probably listening to me on the stream as well, Javane. I'm so happy to hear that you and the family are okay. Hopefully, the forward motion of the system is very rapid, 16 miles per hour. So it will be, and then the state is, not necessarily small. So there's that again too. So we hope for the best, yeah. The amount of rain that is, let me see if I can find the weather station in Tampa again and see if I can get any reading from that one. See? Let me take off this with time being, because I don't want to see me yard. Oh, I think the one in Tampa is no longer giving any readings. So I guess that one went out, that weather station went out during the passage of the system. So this one is Punta Guardia, Charlotte County Airport. See what the last reading was saying. 71 miles per hour. So that is bordering on Category 1 hurricane strength CMA. Atmospheric pressure is 985 millibars. Not so bad. The atmospheric pressure is rising, so that is always good. Currently experiencing 48 miles per hour, sustained but gusting to hurricane strength CMA. And as I said, this is KPGD, Punta Guarda, I'm not sure if I pronounce that correctly, Charlotte County Airport. So that is the situation there. The weather station at the Tampa weather station, as I guess that one got knocked out in the passenger system. I guess that is one of the concerns that I have is will my weather station be able to hold up during a strong hurricane? So the reason behind so as I said, after the hurricane, I cause me make a little money during the hurricane. Me can't go around that when it did there. You understand? So I did a few things. One, my internet went down after I finished streaming that 18-hour stream for a couple of hours. I never knew it was going to come back so quick. We give thanks to that. But I said I wanted a backup internet system. So I invested in Starlink as my backup internet. As a matter of fact, it's set up in the house now, it is a failover. So I have this, I kind of do some things where if my primary internet service provider goes down, it automatically fails over to Starlink. See, so I kind of make that investment. They also invested in a weather station where I mount myself and thing. So I have a screen in the house that kind of show me all aspects of the weather on any given day at any given time and thing. Because one of the things I was depending on the Met Office to give me updates during, you understand, when I can actually see things to myself, and I can also tap into weather stations across the island at the Norman Manley International Airport, and so on and so forth. I can share. So this is the dashboard, well, on the computer for the weather station. So currently, the highest wind I had today was 14.3 miles per hour. Currently, the temperature is outdoors 26.5 degrees Celsius and thing. Dew point reading, rainfall, and then we can go in at this and get rainfall data from the system up. Atmospheric pressure, perfect, 1013 millibars. That is the average atmospheric pressure at sea level. Zane, humidity, 91%. I have a lightning sensor as well. So today there were 4 lightning. I have had days where 200 lightning strikes have been recorded. And thing, I have an indoor sensor as well. So all of them look at things. So I can give me one weather report. And as I said, I can tap into places all around the country that has weather station connected to the ambient weather network. As I said, I kind of publicize my weather station, but other people do, so I can't use it. So I made a few investments because, the final one is to come off a JPS grid. I never lose electricity during the hurricane, thankfully. But as I'm telling you in the last stream, I get a light bill in August for $93,000. That will not happen for too long again. My light bill is now back to the general area that it's generally at. And I spoke about the last stream, say $28 million in electricity theft is occurring in the country every year, and I'm paying customers have to pay that. I'm not paying a boy light bill for not too longer. So I'm just try to save up some money to come off of the grid. So in the event that we have an hurricane again, because we can always take down the Starlink dish and redeploy it after the system pass, and I'm supposed to have electricity. And how I'm going to set up the thing is that I also going to have a generator inlet. So even if some of the solar panel them blow, we can hook up one gas power generator and have power CMA. So based on what I do, I need backup internet, I need my own weather station, and I need to come off a JPS grid. I take my time, I do all of them look or something. So yeah, you have to invest in a craft. You understand? So it look money when we make during the hurricane, I just use the invest back in our channel to get some different things. You understand what I say? So it thing go. And one of them things. $93,000, brother. $93,000. See? As I say, the light bill is back to regular programming. It's still not cheap, but A lot of things in our studio. The place had to, so the family have to comfortable, so them use AC. So there's an AC at the studio. If me in the studio, if you hold it that around, because the studio is sealed off, so I have to have that. You understand? There are 2 other AC units in the house. So yeah, I wouldn't mind put a next one too. You understand? Oh, me not on a satellite phone, but me actually, as me said, Julian, me also buy a phone to take calls, specifically a phone where if me I use the USB-C port, me can also charge it wirelessly, because that was one of the issues during the storm. I have to turn off the phone sometime and plug it in. So now me can wirelessly charge the phone and use the phone, take calls same way. So me do some local things around the channel coming out of the hurricane. You understand? So yeah, just need to come off a grid, you know. That me I work pan. Yeah. So and then the family watches TV too as well, and some of the appliances in our also take some energy. I mean, we make the sacrifices, the family comfortable, we give thanks to that. And then some. I don't really watch TV per se, but the families are what TV. The most thing I watch on TV are match a play, sports in general, or I probably watch like AGTV. But most things I watch on my phone or my tablet, or I don't really want to watch TV, mostly YouTube and them something. So I saw a thing go, you have to invest in our craft, Julian. You understand? I mean, when people give them money, you know, we know, go on like we are fool with it. You take it to things, good things. You understand? So, you know what thing go. And we would have invested before that, because that stream last stood up for 18 hours without a itch, without a glitch. You understand? So the equipment paid for themselves and them something there. Probably buy some things sometime we never need to buy in a pass, but you know what thing, everything work out. You understand? So a Virgin use a Quanta Essential Solar and has been happy since. Okay, cool. I am still contemplating if I take my local time and buy the panels them and buy the batteries them and get professional do the install, or me link my G Power Grid Electrical and make him just sort out everything, and we try to work out a thing. Yeah, so I say, well, you know, I think you know, carry an expert. At this we do for feed the youths them, you know, so we have to, you know what I mean? We can do most things. See, and far where I come from too. If you look back at me there, so on the wall there, yeah, see one white something, I phone that I start with, the tablet, the front light dark, so you not see it. But see frame that is a Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and one Samsung tablet. That's how we start, brother. And so we there, you know, so we give thanks. We don't fool to your thing. We take a look at time and we do your thing the right way, the bright way. You understand? We can't run the thing with a night or day. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. But yeah. Peeps. Prayers goes out to the Florida people them. The ones that I have direct contact with, I will continue to engage them via phone and thing. But yeah. Yeah. Carry an expert. Like how you're up on the rock, you know. Zine, if you want link up Power Grid and cover off a solar thing there for me, then me I appreciate if you, you know. You understand? I would be grateful. Teach them museum, turn dinosaur. You know the thing. Yeah, sad. So I one of them things. So with your peeps, big up on yourself, may I get some rest and thing. You know what thing go. So prayers. Shango, I do youth. You know what thing go. We get some rest, and we continue praying and hoping that all Floridians, especially all Jamaicans in Florida, are riding out and will be able to ride out the system, and there will be no significant loss of lives. I can't even speak to the destruction to property, because based on how the system look, the amount of rain that will be dumped, the storm surge situation, the flooding situation, some places were hit with winds over 100 miles per hour, even though the system was weakened when it made landfall, Yeah, Shanga, one of them things, just was an impromptu stream. I did a workout and the idea come to myself to check on some people on the Florida side and things. So you know what I think? Going fully solar may become more expensive than using JPS when you think of the cost of replacing batteries and panels. It's best you go hybrid. JPS as a backup. Probably I will remain grid tie, but primarily my energy source. Where me live in, brother, sun had 365 days a year, you know. You understand? We get some rain from time to time, but at the end of the day, peace of mind is the best peace in this world, you know. Yeah, and as I said, though, Adrian, in the event of any adverse climatic or geological event, it would be nice for the channel to be able to operate and also for, you know, the family to be comfortable. So, so I go on. So that's all and things. So yeah, I think Adrian is a JPS rep still in the Caribbean expert. It just probably I look at the thing another way. But I've thought about it. I've done a lot of research as well. I would have loved to probably try the Tesla roof, but you know that go. I like nice things. And thing, but there are a lot of cheaper solutions that is able to, you know what I mean, do the job and thing. Portmore was built for solar. It is just time to get into it now than 3 years ago. Yeah, better technology. And I guess in 3 years, the technology will also improve more. Battery efficiency will increase. Efficiency of panels again and them something there. So, you know, as the thing go, the technology is getting better and better and probably more affordable too. So, there are more players in the space, more variety. So, yeah, we know everything. I also think that there is no tax on importing solar panels. I think I have to check out that. I mean, I want to quote that on people because they say. But I also think there's some reprieve on that. I'm not sure. Or there's a cap on panel. Okay. Shango sound like he can some panel already. And if I link him. You understand? But peace, big up on yourself. All the Floridians and all the yard men and women in Florida. Go on whole strain. Hopefully you guys will be okay. Hopefully also you don't have to treat with another adverse weather condition before the year ends. We're still in the hurricane season. I guess by a morning we'll get a good picture of casualties, injured, damage, and all of them something. They can only produce a certain amount of energy, like 15 to 20%. I know that a lot of the energy is lost in I said I've been doing some research, but we see what go on and things. So as the technology get better, I think go. But I think even if we still decide to remain on the grid, I think as many people as possible for the environment and for energy security and for energy diversity should, start by a few panel and see where it lead you. You understand? It's just that we have other things that we not get around to that. But we plan to get around to that, as I say. We have invested in a secondary internet thing, set it up where it's a failover, weather station, all sort of things. So we just have to take a look at time and do the thing. You understand me? I say, pick panel cheaper, get good, better. There's no custom duty on importing panels and electrician toll. Yeah, that means I'm never too sure 100% still. I don't want to do the wrong thing and then the ESM sound you can import panel without and then charge on a customer and no cost me. So yeah. Floridians, go on whole strain for the ones who hear my voice. Big up on yourself. I'll check in with as many people as I have contact for in Florida throughout the course of the night and early in the morning. Nice reason, especially about the building situation in Florida, in the hurricane belt states, in the tornado alley states, and why there's not more robust buildings in these areas, seeing that it's a yearly thing. A lot of people spoke about the economics of it, but why I don't know. Also build and build good ass, that me think. Peeps, big up on yourself. Good night. Prayers again goes out to everybody who is being directly affected by Milton, especially those people who were directly affected by Helene and are now being directly affected by Milton. I can only imagine how rough that must be financially, emotionally, psychologically, Jaja. But life over everything. Ride out the storm and we see what go on. We talk again. Peeps, big up on yourself. Good night. For the ones that want to in Florida, try as best as possible check in on the family and friends down south as much as you can and see what go on. Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Good night. I'm out. Lady Michelle, night. Lady Monica, blessings. Yeah, man, we know the whole settings in El Gran Gira. We've been doing the research. You understand me? I say I heard from my friend moments ago while you were speaking that much of West Palm Beach is now flattened. Jaja God. Aye, sir. I guess why I'm gone here. Hope for the best. Hope there were nobody in the West Palm Beach area would have lost their lives. Fingers crossed. Night, folks. And the people in my yard, we have to give thanks. We got a brush earlier in the year. So Florida dealing with back-to-back systems. That could easily have been us. So we have to count our blessings and give thanks. You understand what I say? Jaja. Guidance.